Swayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Panchadasi, the 13th chapter, where Vidyaranya talks about Brahmanandi Atmanandaha, where he is defining what is the nature of Atma, so that Atma is same as Brahman. So he starts with the statement of Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, say from Atma the whole creation has come out. Now, how did from Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithivi, and Oshadaya, Nam, so on. That is the higher, the from Atma everything is coming. Atma being infinite, so any expression of in the nature is due to coming from the original one, and also that the one Atma that is infinite appears to become many. That's how the Upanishad talks about the creation. It is an apparent creation, and apparent creation is a change of apparent state of one becoming into many. Tadaishada Bausyam Prada Eti. Let me become many, and he became many. So one becoming many is a change of state, and change of state requires a force. According to thermodynamics also, when there is a change of state, there is a driving force causing the change. So I cannot see the driving force, but from the effect, from the cause, I can deduce that there must be a force that is contributing to the change. Same way, one Atma appearing in many, there is required a force for one becoming many. Since it is an appearance, there is an apparent force, and the apparent force is called Maya. Why it's called Maya apparent? The definition of Maya is Ya, Ma, Sa, Maya. That which appears to be there, but it's not really there. That is the same way the world appears to be there, but further inquiry, it's not really there. And in each one of these, in the process of Maya Shakti, the power for the production of many, each other powers are being expressed from the same source, and is now describing that different types of powers that I see is the expression of the same power. So Maya Shakti now expressing itself in varieties and varieties, and Maya Shakti same as Lakshmi, that is essentially the Prakriti, and Prakriti in varieties of names and forms is an expression, and they call it Ashtalakshmi and so on. That's the beauty of the creation is being expressed because of coming from the same Atma. That has to be understood. And here is giving that the universal force that people, the scientists, objective scientists were looking for, like Einstein was looking for a universal force and could not find it, only because he excluding the force of inquiry, that is the consciousness which is trying to inquire, and what is that caused the existence of the consciousness itself is not including in that. So Maya Shakti has to include both, then only one come up with a universal force that is applicable to everything, and he cannot use the objective tools to discover the Maya Shakti. Only one can infer from the presence of other Shakti that there has to be a universal force. And here in the 16th sloka, so Spanda Shaktischa Vateshu. So for the air, the power of movement comes from the same source. Dajya Shaktischa Tatopade. So Upale in the stones, the Dajya Shakti, the firmness or the hardness is coming from the same thing. This is just a way of saying. You can go into more details of why stone is hard. we can say then it is a atomic binding forces and all that one can talk about, but again those are forces coming from the same. So those forces giving in the net result is the Dharja Shakti, and the Dharja Shakti means the firmness or the hardness, and that is coming from the main source, which is Maya Shakti. Dravya Shakti tadamsu. So for the water, the fluidity or liquidity is coming from that side, and Daha Shakti is from the for Anale, for the fire, the burning power comes from that same thing. So those are inherent, and those Shaktis will be expressed when in terms of execution wise. So Dahana Shakti of the fire is inherent to the fire, and when it starts burning things, then only you know that it has the power. That he is going to discuss later, but that has to be understood. Now we go to 17. Sunya Shaktis tada kashe, Sunya Shaktis tada kashe, Nasha Shaktihi Vinashini, Nasha Shaktihi Vinashini, Yadandentarah Tarma, Yathandentarma ha sarpo. So Yatha Anda Antara Antaraha sarpaha. So Ande Antaraha Mahasarpaha. So is a sandhi here, it makes complicated sandhi. So Yatha Ande Antara this is the Antara Mahasarpaha. Jagadastu tadatmani. So together, Sunya Shakti tada kashe, Nasha Shakti vinashini, yadandentarma, yadantantar mahasarpaha, yatha ande antar mahasarpaha, jagadasti tadatmani. So tada, similarly, so Akasha in the space, Sunya Shakti, the power of absence of everything. That's what is space is. What's a space means? There is nothing there. There is enough space here. That means the room is empty. So there is enough space in the hall. That means nothing else there. So there is enough space in the cosmos. So that means a lot more, and here and there the objects are there. So the Akasha is that which accommodates Avakasham, and that is called Akasha. So here Sunyam, because it can accommodate only because it's an empty space is there. So emptiness of the Akasha itself is a Sunya Shakti for the Akasha. Nasha Shakti Vinashini. In the Vinashini, in the things that are deteriorating, the destructive force is also due to from the same. So both the constructive as well as destructive coming. This is what, in contrast to the 10th chapter of Gita, where the Lord Krishna provides the all great things and say everything is my vibhuti. But in the 11th chapter, not only great things or good things that you see, even the negative things are also him only, because they cannot be separate from him. And here Vidyaranya says, Nasha Shakti Vinashini, even the destructive power is also due to that. Only when things get destroyed, a new things can be created. So Laya Shakti is also part of the Ishvara only. So we have a destructive force which is called the Parvati, is also part of the My Shakti only. You can say it because we are saying that the Nasha Shakti. Yatha Ande Antara Ante Mahasarpaha. Yatha Ande Ante Mahasarpaha. Just as similarly, Ande in the egg, Mahasarpaha, inside there is the great serpent can be there. So it looks like a egg. But if it is a snake egg, so potential snake is there in that egg. And when it hatches, obviously snake will come out of it. But if you break it, the egg in the early stage, you don't see any snake. But snake is there, because that's how it comes. So there is a potential, the potential force. Similarly, Atma, there is a potential for all Shakti, Maya Shakti, which expresses in terms of creative power and all that, is there in the Atma, in the potential state. So, Atmani Jagat Asti. In the same way, in the Atmani, in the Atma, the whole world is in the potential form, and that's how the scripture starts, and that's how the creation is, where that Atma in the form of the Ishvara, let's say, let me become many, and he becomes many by using Maya Shakti only. So we'll go to next sloka, 18. Palapatra lata pushpa, Palapatra lata pushpa, Sakha vitupa molavan, Sakha vitupa molavan, Nanu bije yatha rukshaha, Nanu bije yatha rukshaha, Tadedam brahmanistadam, Tadedam brahmanistadam, Tada idam brahmani sitam. So here pala, patra, lata, pushpa, sakha, vitupa, molavan. So here he is talking about yatha, just as pala, the fruit, patra, leaf, and lata, the creeper, and pushpa, the flower, and sakha, the branches, and see vitupa, the trunk, and molavan, along with the roots, all are the vrukshaha. Bije, in the seed, is nanu, indeed is there. So if in the very seed, and this is an in fact example from the Chandogya Upanishad, where Uddalaka looks at the big banyan tree, shows banyan tree, and asks him to bring a seed from that. And he brings it's a banyan tree is very huge, but the seed is very small. So he asks him to bring the seed and ask him to cut it. So when he cuts it, says, look what is there. He says, there is nothing is there. So, and he keeps cutting and there is nothing he can find. So he says, but when you say nothing is there, everything is there in that only, because it's in the potential form that eyes cannot see, but the whole tree, including, says, pala, patra, lata, pushpa, chaka, vitupa, and molavan, all 9 yards, in terms of everything, including all that banyan tree, in terms of the flowers and the leaves and the fruits and the pushpa and shakha branches and the root and the trunk as well as the roots, all are there in a potential form in the seed. Same way, in the potential form from the Atma, it is there which expresses itself, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, all subtle elements, as well as the 14 lokas by dosification called Panchikaranam, are all that being described, but that is essentially inherent in that, in a potential form. So there is a difference between the potential energy and the kinetic energies. Kinetic energy, when the potential energy expresses itself in terms of forces, that's what the kinetic energy. In the no movement is involved. Where the potential, it is there in the as in the Niagara Falls, when the water is there on the top, it looks like a quiet, but when it falls down, you have the potential energy is converting into the kinetic energy. But here is giving an example of a seed, and same way seed for creation is there in the Atma in a subtle form. So when everything goes into into the in the pralaya, where it goes into a subtle form, it forms into a potential form, again it comes back. When I go to deep sleep state, it is called laya, where all things that are subject, object, duality, from everything goes into a potential form, in unmanifested form, which expresses again. So a banyan tree will only give you banyan seed, only give you banyan tree. A banana tree will give you a banana tree. So to make banana, this one is only in that seed. But as for the seed of the whole universe seeds are there. 14 lokas are in a potential form, and that's what is called Brahmaji going to sleep also. That's called Andam, Brahmandam. So that is the force expressing as a potential energy, expressing in terms of Maya Shakti. So now you can go on and on. He is trying to say, Kvachit kaschit kadachit cha, Kvachit kaschit kadachit cha, Tasmat ujjanti saktayah, Tasmat ujjanti saktayah, Deshakala vichitratva, Deshakala vichitratva, Shmatala together. Kvachit kathachit cha, Tasmat ujjanti saktayah, Deshakala vichitratva, Shmataladivasalayah. So Kvachit, in some place, somewhere, Kadachit, at some place, in some time, in some place, wherever expression is there, some power or other, essentially, so he says Kachitu, Kadachitu, Kaschitu. That means at some specific place, at specific time, or specific power is being expressed. Cha Shaktayaha. In some powers, Tasmat is being expressed from that same supreme Maya Shakti, from the Atma. So it is Tasmat, from the same supreme. Adyanti, it come to manifest in terms of somewhere, somehow, and some place, sometime, it is getting expressed, because any expression requires a force, because otherwise it cannot manifest. So how do we know there is a force? Because there is an expression. So work is being done. So when work is being done, there is a driving force for it. So one has to infer the force that is contribute, and it is the same source of power expressing in varieties of ways. So he says, Kvachitu, Kadachitu, and Kaschitu cha Shaktayaha, some power, Tasmat, from the same Maya Shakti. So Adyanti, come to manifest. Desha Kala Vichitratvat. So Desha, Kala, and varieties in the different places, different times, and varieties of ways it being expressed and differently manifesting. So Shmatalatat, from the soil, Shalayaha, crops iva. So he gives an analogy. How is that? So from the earth, you see all sorts of things are coming out, and depending upon the intrinsic nature of the seeds, same soil and the water and air all are same, but different trees, different plants are coming, and you will see wherever the life is possible, life comes into existence. And even in a remote place, you will find some kind of life form. Even way down, deep into the oceans, if you go at the bottom of it, where the sunlight is so little, still you will find some kind of life that persists, that enough life that is traveling to enough for them to sustain the life itself. And it's a wonder of all wonders. And here you can go on and on and on, admiring the power of that Maya Shakti. And Maya Shakti itself is an expression of the Atma, and Atma is the pure supreme. That is what one has to uplift the mind in looking at these things. So every perception, everything, every feeling, every movement is because of that Shakti only. If you can tune your mind and recognize that in the process, you are essentially tuning your mind to that Atma. So it is a sadhana also. So we go to next sloka 20. Sa Atma Sarvago Rama, Sa Atma Sarvago Rama, Nityodita Mahavapuhu, Nityodita Mahavapuhu, Yadmanak Mananim Shaktim, Yadmanak Mananim Shaktim, Datte Tanmana Uchyate, Datte Tanmana Uchyate. Together, Sa Atma Sarvago Rama, Nityodita Mahavapuhu, Yanmanak Mananim Shaktim, Datte Tanmana Uchyate. So here is talking about how the mind originates in the Atma. So how does this creation starts? The creation starts with the different theories and different, and here is one process that are being explained, because it's an apparent creation. You can have an apparent theory that, but in principle, from the observed point, there is no creation. So since I am seeing creation, for me an explanation is required by the Vedanta. And here it says, hey Rama, this is a Yoga Vasishtha, where Vasishtha is teaching Rama. So teacher is Vasishtha and Rama is a disciple. And it says, Nitya Udita Mahavapuhu, Nityam and Udita Mahavapuhu. This Nityam is ever present, and this is infinite nature of Maha, means the infinite, because there is no limit for it. That's called Brahman. Brahad Dhatavi comes means very big. Mahatma is also very big. So big is means, big depends upon, big is an adjective qualifying a noun. Normally you say this is a big chair, big table. So big is used as an adjective, qualifies a noun, but Vedanta says noun also qualifies the adjective. How? Because when I say big mosquito, you have a norm mosquito with which you measure the bigness. So when you say big mosquito, you have some imagination of what is that big mosquito in relation to the normal mosquito. And a big mosquito is different from big mountain, where the bigness associated with the mountain is not the same as bigness associated with the mosquito. So that bigness keeps changing depending on the noun. So if there is no noun, means no object, and to say that is so big and I don't have anything, so therefore Vedanta makes the big itself into a noun form and say it is Brahman. Brahman means it is infinitely big, that in uncomparison, that means there is no limits of anything at all that you can compare. That's called Mahan here. So Nitya Udita Mahavapuhu. So ever present, infinite nature of this Prakriti, sa, that Sarvagaha is all pervading Atma. It is infinite and therefore it's all pervades everywhere. So all pervading, infinite and all that, only description to show that it is everywhere. And yet when Manak, in a moment from the point of Atma. So Mananim, and it starts thinking, says Shakting power, that they accepts that mind, that Manaha Uchyate. When a thought arises in that totality and for a moment, and that thought arising is we call it a mind. Whenever a thought rises, it's called a mind. So in the Upanishad, a description is also, so it Aichata, so it saw means what? It imagined something that I had to do something. So that thought of creative power, so he contemplated, and all those different descriptions are there. That is a description of the mind creating into many. So that's what, how the mind originates in the totality. This is for a Manak means for a moment thinking, a thought arises in the totality as though, and that is the rise of the mind. Rise of the mind in the total. So there is a joke about this Brahmaji. Brahmaji is a four-headed creator, and his one day is the whole creation of many yugas are involved, and after one day he gets tired and he wants to sleep, and when he wants to sleep, that's called pralaya. So many yugas and rotations and all that, when he gets up, and again when he gets up, he starts the creation again. So that one day is so many yugas, and 1 minute itself is so much then. And some fellow went to say, sir, how is one millions of dollars for you? He said, that is a penny, because from his scale everything is small. So the fellow asked, can I have a penny please? So that penny people ask and we can give. So Brahmaji says, wait a minute. So wait a minute means wait a minute in the Brahmaji's time. In the Brahmaji's time, wait a minute means this fellow is gone in many times, because it's a joke, of course. It means the time scales and the space scales are completely different at different level. Even we, when we go to in the dream state, we have our own time scale in the dream, which is different from the waking scale, because there in the dream we can go from a childhood all the way to old age also. All that growth can be done, and and it may take years and years of growth in the dream, but from the point of a waker, all the dream is lasting for a few seconds. So you can see a difference in terms of the time span. The dreamer's time is different from a waker's time. Same way, we have to see what is manak here is a moment it arises in his mind. So here he is talking about how mind starts, and mind is required for projection. It's a very important statement, because a lot of people think ignorance projected the whole universe. Ignorance, it cannot project anything. Ignorance can only cover something. So because of ignorance, I don't know what it is. That is a covering. So that called Avarna Shakti is there. But Avarna Shakti has to come, Vikshepa Shakti comes with the mind. So Maya Shakti has two aspects. One is Avarna Shakti and the Vikshepa Shakti, and this is what has to be understood. We say the Avidya itself is having both Avarna and Vikshepa, and there's a lot of comments, criticisms, and Avidya is not a Bhava Rupa, and all that will be there. But frankly, from my understanding, our ignorance only covers that called the Vikshepa Shakti, and mind has to come in order to have Avarna is only covering the knowledge, and covering the knowledge of my own nature is called Mula Vidya. But when say because of the Mula Vidya the world is projected, so ignorance is projecting. Ignorance is not projecting. Ignorance is a cause, and for the mind arise, something else is pushing for the mind to think from the Atma, and that is called the total mind, not the individual mind. Here we are talking about the total mind arises there. So when the thought arises, then it is the mind arising, and that's how mind is different from Atma, appears to be. But mind is not different from Atma, because from the Atma only the mind arises. Then the projection comes into picture, and you can see the varieties of expressions of the Maya, and that's what Krishna talks about in the 10th and 11th chapters. And for those who are interested, in fact I am posting on the Facebook about the Ishvara Darshanam, the expansion of the 11th chapter of the Gita. But here, let's go back to Sloka 21. And now in this Sloka, the Vidyaranya is so excited about it, and he is changing the meter also. Ado manastadhanubandha vimoksha drishte, Ado manastadhanubandha vimoksha drishte, Paschat prapancha rachana bhuvanabhidana, Paschat prapancha rachana bhuvanabhidana, Ichadika stitiriyam hi gata pratishtha, Ichadika stitiriyam hi gata pratishtha, Mukhyayika subhaga Bala Janoditeva, Mukhyayika Subhaga Bala Janoditeva, Together. Ado manastadhanubandha vimoksha drushti paschat prapancha rachana bhuvana vidana ichchadika stitirayam higata pratishtha mukhyayika subhaga bala janoditeva. So Ado is in the beginning, is Subhaga. Subhaga is here the Vasishtha addressing Rama, and hey Subhaga, we will just go through the meaning of the word meaning and then we'll come back again. So hey Rama, Ado in the beginning, Manaha, the power of this thinking mind, says Atat Anu. Thereafter, once he starts thinking, thereafter, Bandha Vimoksha Drushtihi, he starts thinking about bondage and the liberation. Why he talks about? We will see later. Bandha Vimoksha Drushtihi, the projection of the bondage and liberation. Paschat, thereafter, Bhuvana Abhidhana, known, and there's a different worlds. Abhidhana is knowing of different varieties of worlds are being created now. Prapancha Rachana, creation of the 14 worlds are come. Ichchadika, thus iyam sthitihi, thus is the existence of the world has come into picture. Pratishtam, firmness, conviction, higata has gained. So bala jana udita akhyayika iva. So it's a story being told how did creation, how God created. So here a thought rises in the pure Atma, and then from the thought bondage versus liberation thoughts came, and therefore it is both the bandha and moksha coming from the mind. Paschat, afterwards, the creation of 14 words, thought about how to create 14 words and the creation. So prapancha rachana bhuvana bhidana. So ichchadika stitirayam. Like this, the varieties are coming. Ichchadika, thus iyam sthitihi, this total world has been projected, and that came into pratistham, is a conviction. Higata has gained. Bala jana udita akhyayam. This is how we tell the stories of, to children, we tell some stories. Once upon a time, so and so and so, and this happened, and children think that is really what happened. And this story is given, or here he is telling you, it is like a story to the children. Why? Because it's not real. So why is he telling? Because the child needs an entertainment, and child want to know. Otherwise, my granddaughter also wants the stories, and she knows the stories, and she has learned all those stories. Ramayana, Mahabharatam, she knows everything. But still she wants to listen so that she can go to sleep. So mind is not elsewhere, mind concentration, thinking, and that she sleeps. And children will, in the night time, bedtime stories we tell, and here also like a bedtime stories to satisfy the curious student for them to tell. This is until the child inquires into what is the reality. Then Vedanta provides in terms of different versions. So these are all not really real. These are all cock and bull stories. It's only to satisfy the intellect to proceed further. Afterwards you reject all this, because all that is essentially from the absolute point, there is no creation even. But why am I saying? Okay, we give another story again. As long as I am seeing and wants to know why, because how can you explain why when it's not really there and appearing is there? So you can give some kind of Maya Shakti, all those things can be done. So here Vasishtha says these are all stories we tell for children, and he is going to tell some story also for the child story to illustrate this in the next few slokas. We'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi